Hi, my name is Joe, and I'm with Redwood Pixel, and I'm here to talk about our dynamic camera system, which we are working towards getting into the Unreal Marketplace. This is a sneak peek. This is a very early version of it. We plan to do a lot of things with it, but it is in a working state, and I've got a nice little example here to show you. So you may have heard of dynamic camera systems before. It's used in the God of War series quite well. Um, and basically, it allows you to have fine control over what the camera is doing as your character walks through a level. Um, and in this case, you can see here, I have a camera volume in the middle of the level, and it has a maximum distance and a minimum distance, and you can see that the character can walk close to the camera a little bit, and he can also get kind of a little far away before the camera starts to move backwards or forwards. How it works is you have these virtual cameras, which are blueprints, and they have a collision mesh and a camera descriptor associated with them. And so you can see this one here on the edge is just a collision box with a camera descriptor over here. We have 15 different settings that you can tweak, and they all control where the camera is moving. You can see here in this example, as we get close to the wall, we blend into this virtual camera, and the camera has settings that zoom into the character and let the character kind of get close, keeping the camera from going through the wall. So if you are clever and you lay out your virtual cameras well throughout your level, the camera can avoid running into geometry, which is a common problem with third-person cameras. Another thing that we have is the horizontal and vertical offsets, which are my favorite. It allows you to focus the player's attention on some things that are other than the character. In this case, in this center virtual camera, you can see that the character is not centered on the screen. He's kind of down a little bit, and what that does is it focuses the player on the platform ahead and the stairs ahead. Another kind of thing that another use of the offsets we have is over here on the side of the wall. We have another volume, and the yaw also changes a little bit, but you can see that the player is kind of allowed to kind of drift to the right of the screen here, and as we move, you can see the camera follows along the wall, and it kind of puts a little perspective on the player's kind of walking next to a really large wall. So we have another volume up here, which kind of focuses us on going around that corner, kind of Metal Gear Solid style. And then you can see it allows us to kind of walk here and get really focused on this hallway. So there's a lot you can do with this system, and it actually works really well with blueprints. You can set triggers and turn on and off different camera descriptors and get the behavior you like out of the camera. And one example that we will have when this dynamic camera template is finished is a enter-exit virtual camera, which, depending on where you come from, the virtual camera will have different settings. So if you were to walk into this area from the hallway, you might want the camera to have different behavior than if you entered this area from this open area. So that's kind of an example of enter-exit virtual camera. So I hope you found this interesting. If you do find it interesting, let us know. And thank you for listening.